grabs the cup in the air. Amazing catch. Sees it last minute reflexes, catches it, and then takes the cup out of it, and everyone goes fucking crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Like those impromptu moments like that.
Yeah, if I could have threw a beer at me, I just
put it on the back burner. Sure, Brock Lesnar. But yeah, you and Brock.
I was just gonna say it's a risk because what if that mic does?
That's what I'm saying.
Like hot dog right through that roll, dude, of a hand.
Oh, if I drop it, then I'm just the bad guy who dropped it. You know, I'm just not cool enough.
What do you do? Let me ask you that. It pops through. What do you do? You just look to the
I'm just staying on him, hoping to not shoot. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a lot of good glances you could be getting here. A lot
I'll be the guy who comments, "Party trick, huh? Oh, you got it."
First time George has ever in the comments. Have you had flubs before?
Oh yeah.
Any come to mind where you're like, that's wrong.
Oh man, nah, yeah. The biggest one. I mean, I've had just some crappy promos that you know you get in early, you don't have any equity. I want to say something right now. I ain't saying it. You know what I mean? But 10 years ago, Vince is like, you're saying this, and it's highlighted, then you're going to say it. And I said some crazy stuff, which still followed, like the suffering succotash. I don't even remember. I just remember suffering succottage. And it was like literally 8 years ago, and it will still be brought. I mean, I delivered some really good work over the past few years, and they'll still be like suffering succotash. So it's just one of those deals. And then I came back from... I think it was my hernia injury early on, and I came back and the Rumble was coming up pretty soon, and I did a run in, beat up some people, and then I did a promo backstage, and I was supposed to be declaring for the Royal Rumble, and when I hit that declare, I forget how I flubbed it, but when I did, I just said, like, I flubbed and I just looked right in the camera. Yeah, we were in Cleveland. I remember it. Yeah, it was bad. And I was like, because it was a pretty dope segment of me coming in and beating everybody up. I think I like steered Big Show. It was really cool. And then I'm supposed to have this like, I'm declaring for the Royal Rumble and I'm gonna win, go to WrestleMania. You know, the whole nine.
You short circuit.
Just yeah.
But the hard part for you is like for babyface or like people that have that like jovial positive energy. When you do that, you can just crack a smile and just start laughing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're the bad guy, like nobody wants to see the Joker like. You want to have I ever told you how I got these scars? Like if he mess it up, he's not going to start cracking up, like laughing at it. Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah, Batman flubs his one cool line. It's like, oh, let's do it again.
Yeah,
back on your ones. But Joker can get away and giggle, and you know what I mean? That's fine. But my character was not that. You know?
Right.
And it's as simple as I started choking early, and you just excuse me, and then you just keep going. But you don't think of that.
Yeah.
Like in any interview you would ever do in real life, you mess up, your throat gets weird, and you just excuse me. And you just keep going. But why don't people think to do that in a scripted wrestling promo? Or you know what I mean? Like
because it takes away from the bravado.
It does, but that's where that confidence, you know what I mean? Like, to just keep rolling and like all and get to what I was gonna do. It's gonna be great anyways, and that's all I remember. Hopefully.
So we talked about your flubs and succotash and mic drops. You got a moment that stands out to you. That is your moment, your one golden trophy moment of all of this shit. Like the one thing that you just look at and either, I don't know, stands out to you.
Man, I don't know if I just have one, but like,
it's made your blood race. Give you a gut health. Stand there.
I don't know about a moment, getting a blood race and a gut race and a boner, but that comes from wrestling. No, I don't know, man, because there's been I've been so fortunate, you know what I mean? And I hate to give you one of them and block them in, but there's been,
I hate superlatives as well.
Yeah, sorry.
I got like 6 Mania names.
Did you find
like every excuse me, what's your favorite? Shut up, Mike. Ask.
All right, well, let's talk about the quality of your shit right now. How's that sound? Did you have trouble working with John Cena since you can't see him?
No, it's better that way. It's better that way.
Oh shit! You have beef with John?
Yeah. How's your relationship?
That's okay.
Fucking movie star, bro. He's not even fuck you up, John Cena.
Hey,
Whoa.
I just.
There's 2 tables here.
Well, I was siding with you, bro. You're really missing. You're not catching the vibes here, bro. I thought you catch shit. I'm trying to be on your team, dog. You've been flopping right now. Look at that camera.
You throw it
flopped.
way over there and way over there. You got to throw it right up.
You gotta
my-
hit his
Beat
hand.
John Cena. I stepped up to the plate. I could have.
I
You know what?
think,
I'm not on your partner anymore. I'm not doing it. I like his movies too, and I think he's a comedic genius. I'm on his team now.
You're everywhere, bro. You're all over.
I,
weird guy.
I too am finding it hard to keep up with you, especially today. Always in general, but especially today.
I didn't sleep.
Is it travel day for you?
I had a red eye here,
Oh,
and I,
He's like, yeah, I can tell. Yeah,
wait,
okay.
hold on, because there was one. I watched a couple of your shows, and one of them I don't remember. This was a good interview, but he was screwing it all up.
Yeah.
It was something about a plane where he almost died. He took too many edibles or something like that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
messed up, and I feel like this is what happened last night.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'll never forget this.
Okay, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
Bro,
Didn't you?
I had to leave. I literally, I passed out. I was actually in pain. Thanks for remembering that episode. But you just shitted on me. Now the whole comments.
Well, no, I'm trying to
You
bring
do
it back.
fuck up everything.
I love
Just
the,
redeeming you.
the arc that's happening between you two in just the 40
It's like a roller coaster.
phenomenal back.
We're a little here right now, but we're
You guys will come back.
coming back.
We'll
We're coming,
unite
we're
one
coming
day.
back. We're coming
All right,
this
so-
is the part of the story.
Roman, do you find that when the WWE has two big boys, two rivals that are top dogs, do you think that's when the company is thriving the most? And is that you and Brock right now? Because it's been very exciting watching you guys go back and forth.
Oh, thank you. So, I mean, yeah, I think when the competition, whether it's outside or inside or preferably both, it's always going to push, business and just create a more competitive, aggressive atmosphere. But yeah, I mean, me and Brock we've main evented a bunch of huge shows together. I mean, we covered pretty much the full calendar year to gotten through it. Big news. WrestleMania main event. So I would definitely say he's been thus far my biggest rival.
Is he hard to work with?
Yeah, he's fucking Brock Lesnar, man. He picks you up and throws you on your head. There's nothing nice about that. Yeah, it's very tough to work with.
I
with
want-
a human being like that some call him like the alpha male of our species. It's true. He really is what he is. I mean, he's a great businessman, but at the same time, he has a legitimate background of MMA that when you get in the ring, there has to be some kind of protection of that legitimacy. You know what I mean? So we can't just put him in there with anybody. But at the same time, when you get in there with him, you kind of understand it's going to be a bit of a ride. But there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on it, so that always makes it better.
Yeah, he was a very good collegiate wrestler,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And in MMA, I think he was a UFC champ at one point.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know if he defended his belt. Excuse me, Brock. I must have been showing, but I've seen videos of Brock wrestling and going really hard sometimes too hard, right? Like, I got into this business not sure what to expect, and sometimes shit gets really real, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those moves aren't like moves, dude. Like they hurt.
It all hurts.
Yeah, what?
I don't know if you gotta tell me which ones aren't hurting you, so I can
No,
use those falls and moves. But yeah, I mean, we're not. No, it's not that way.
Has it ever been too rough and gotten too real as a result?
No, because I mean, if it's gotten too real, then the performance gets screwed up, and it gets awkward, and you can tell there's not a chemistry or a flow to it. That's the art of it. But at the same time, you're gonna work. You're gonna perform with a bunch of different people, so the styles kind of make it. So I mean, sometimes you got to go in there and bang. If you're in there with Sheamus or a Drew or a Brock, if you're in there with one of the big boys, sometimes the touch isn't the same, and it's a little stiffer and a little rougher than it usually will, and you're gonna get marked up. And my main thing is, if you mess my jaw up, I'm not eating good after, and that's where I get irritated. But if you hit me, you hit me. It just is what it is. Some people, you put me in there with like a Seth Rollins, or some people who are just super technically sound and just very crisp with their movements. And we'll go in there and you'll just be two ninjas, and you know, it's beautiful, the chemistry, it's taste and it's proper. And sometimes it's a slobber knocker out there where you're just hitting each other and sweat's flying, and yeah, it just is what it is.
How did Paul end up leaving Brock to come over?
Talking about Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Heyman, yeah. I ask out of a self.
Yeah, Brock was in between contracts, so Paul was kind of wide open, and it just fit. He had that opening creatively. He was still just working behind the scenes from a creative standpoint, and then once it opened up, I mean, when you're working with someone like Brock for as long as he did and with the success that they had, you need to have something that's like legitimate come through to make that move. And I think I was really the only one that he wanted to work with. Otherwise, he would just stay kind of plugged in and be helping from an overall directive standpoint. But yeah, once he knew, oh, I'm going to be with Joey, it's all good. I'm going to be with Roman, it's all good. Then we knew it was on.
Have you learned like a lot from Paul?
I mean, I was learning from Paul before I was with Paul. You know what I mean? So, and he was with my family for decades before I even got into business. So I'm always learning from Paul. I mean, and it's not even just like, you know, wrestling stuff, like business stuff. I pick up stuff as, you know, just talking father to father. There's a lot of different things you can learn from a Paul Heyman because the life experience, and especially within our business, he's just been at the very top of that mountain for so long as a promoter, as a talent, as a manager. There's just been so many roles that he's fulfilled, and he does it at an elite level. I mean, it's hard not to learn from someone like that.
The reason I asked, by the way, is I just noticed that it seems like some of the top guys do better when they have a sidekick with them.
So now you're gonna suggest he steals Paul?
Get out of here, George. You
Because he's younger, and in a year he's gonna be better, right? This guy.
Paul Heyman gave me some advice backstage, and I've been watching, like I said, a lot of WWE docs, and that he is, I can say, hands down, probably the most animated human I've ever seen. He looks like when I'm watching these documentaries, it looks like he's cast. Because he's a character. He looks like a movie character. Like every agent manager is made to look like Paul Heyman looks and acts in real life. But yeah, he's so cool to be people who are bonds in this business backstage. You know, that's all. That was the end of that time.
I don't look too stupid now.
He just ended, he just ended a sentence.
I'll take it from here. Hand me the stupid. Hand me the stupid.
No, I love how he still said, nah, you still
are, bro. Your lineage is also fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
The bloodline. I can't pronounce your last name. I'll give it a shot if you want. I know why. That was pretty bad.
No.
You gotta pause at that.
I know why.
I was just talking to my daughter about it. It's been
Butcher. It's an apostrophe I at the end. I know why. But okay, you're Samoan. And there is a bloodline. Anuai family in the WWE. High Chief Peter Navia, The Rock Scranton, the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rishiki, Umaga, The Rock, the Usos, you. What's up with that? Samoans
What's up with that?
Samoans are just like, I'm huge, I look good, I'm gonna beat the shit out of some people.
We're just really good at this shit. Hey, we back, baby. We're back. The full arc. We did it. Hey, I told you, man. Where we going to dinner?
Bro, anywhere you want to go, bro. I'm you. You are way richer than me.
But yeah,
We're working on that.
we're gonna,
Get George up there.
he's still in the grind.
Stop buying all those edibles.
Bro, I was nervous about the flight, so I took edibles and then I passed out and I had to resuscitate.
Grave error.
That was the flight I was on with you.
But yeah, your bloodline runs deep in the industry, and I'm curious if one of the guys in the bloodline and WWE is The Rock. I'm curious when you were growing up, if you looked up to him as sort of an idol, what could become of your life?
I don't know if I looked up to him as an idol or anything because it's weird because the relationship, right, and the connection and the family. So there's always been a great respect for what he's done and admiration for how he's able to do it and some of that he possesses in order to affect people. So like we always knew like, yeah, he's special, and you know what I mean. And he's doing it on a different level, and you get to a point where it's like, all right, well, it's gonna slow down, right? But it just kept going, and he just keeps